Hey guys, Full Goku here, and today I want to show you a relatively new deck. I'm still kind of updating it. It's in its really early stages, and it's the artifact deck. And they just came out recently, and I definitely need to get more cards for it. I know like the best card, it's still like a $15 card now that pops monsters and all that other stuff. But I'll show you how I run it, kind of how I fill in the gaps and whatnot. So let's get into it. So first off, 3 Gaga Magicians. Since the deck is, mainly has a lot of level 5s, getting rank 5s and whatnot, it's a lot easier if you have a monster like this that can just bring out right into the field. Also, I mean, when I eventually I'll probably add like Gaga Girl, some other Gagas in this deck, I can get out so many other ranks and whatnot since level manipulation is so easy with Gaga Magician. So yeah, definitely Gaga Magician because I mean level manipulation is so important in this deck.
Plus you lack normal summoning power.
Yeah, it's the fact that you have to pop your own back row just to get your monsters out. So I mean, unless you like tribute, which nobody wants to do. Next, one of the most important cards in the deck, Artifact Scythe, which I would love to run in 3 eventually. Card is amazing when it's special summoned during your opponent's turn, which that's the important thing, that these need to be popped on your opponent's turn, which there are ways of doing it. There's actually a lot of ways to do it. But when this one is popped on your opponent's turn, it goes to the graveyard, special summons like the other ones do. Your opponent cannot special summon from the extra deck the turn this is summoned. And that really shuts down a lot, because a lot of decks nowadays run on weak monsters that just kind of whore out bigger monsters. It's like Gaga Magician. If they can't XE summon, then just kind of have to sit there. But yeah, Artifact Scythe, I want to run it at 3 eventually. Next, 3 Artifact Labries. Anytime any of your artifact monsters are destroyed and sent to the graveyard by it, when you pop them yourself in the back row and they go to the graveyard, or when they get destroyed on the field, you can special summon this card right to the field from your hand. 2,300 attack power, and it's just a giant beater, and it's just beautiful. This is the one you don't have to keep it in you don't have to put it in your back row if you don't want to, but it's one that when your monster gets popped, go ahead, bring it out. Next, 3 Artifact Ballad Target. I'm still trying to figure out how you pronounce these damn things. And when this one's popped in your opponent's turn, you can pop up to 2 set cards. You control at least one. So it's pretty much meant to get off your plays if you don't have any of the artifact cards that pop your back row. So if this one gets popped, if you have like one card that can pop back row, pop it, bring this out, pop all your other back row, and then just whore the field. And it's just really beautiful. Next, I have 2 Artifact Catechus, I believe that's what it's called. Anytime a artifact monster is special summoned to the field, you get to draw 1 card. So it's just draw power, and it's 2,400 defense. A lot of these cards, if they don't have really big attack, then they have a pretty decent defense. So they're pretty much meant to just kind of buy out the field. Next, 2 Felknots. When this one's popped on your opponent's turn, you can select one of your artifacts from the graveyard and set it directly, which is actually really cool. And it's 2,000 attack. It's pretty damn cool, and all the artworks are pretty awesome. Next, Artifact Aegis. This one, I believe, when it's popped, it's a 2,500 defense. And artifact monsters you control cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects until the end phase. Which, once again, is just awesome. And it's 25 defense, and it just makes it so your opponent kind of just sits there. Next, Artifact Achilles Shield. This one makes it so you cannot be targeted by battle, I believe. Your opponent cannot target artifact monsters you control for attacks the rest of the turn. So, I mean, you can just build up your wall, they can't attack you, and you're just kind of sitting there. So that's why I run one, just to get, to hold off my opponent. Since they're lights, I can run Honest, like a Bala. Trigodia, because of level manipulation too, and it's just because that, sometimes I can have a good hand, sometimes you don't, but, it's all about, manipulation, I guess. And then a Battle Fader, just in case I can't, I don't have anything on the field, just to kind of hold it out. Those are the monsters. It's pretty basic. Like I said, some of the rarer ones are, since they're a little bit difficult to get, I don't have them, but it works actually really well on itself. So for the spells, I would love to run 3 Artifact Ignition, but Artifact Ignition, you can pop one of your own Spell Trap cards, and then I believe you can set one directly from your deck, I believe. Yeah, and you can set one Artifact monster directly from the deck to your Spell and Trap card zone. It's a spell card. And this card is in your owner's possession, destroyed by opponent's card effect. Your opponent skips the next battle phase. So if you set these, any of the Artifact Spell and Traps, they have the effect where if you pop them, you can still get off an effect where it's like a great effect that you know, if you pop your own back row, and if your opponent pops this, you know, they can't do anything. So it's just beautiful. 3 MSTs, because not only popping your back row, but your opponent's too. So I mean, it's all about, you know, back row in this deck. 2 double cyclones, pop your back row, pop your opponent's back row. You're helping yourself and destroying your opponent, so it's just great. 1 Forbidden Scriptures, this just came out. Really great card. If a monster battles an opponent's monster during damage calculation, negate all other effects on the field, which is just absolutely brilliant. Damage calculation is used the same, and all original attack is applied. So any monster that gets any kind of pluses or kind of like added attack on it, just they all go back to original. So it's just absolutely beautiful. Then a Smashing Ground, a Pot Duality, which I might put up to 2. The fact that Pot works so well in this deck is you're not really summoning on your turn, or rather special summoning on your turn. So having all the cards you need to your hand is just great, and it's the fact that if you time everything right, then you could just really use Pot Duality to its full length. 1 Artifact Unleashed. I'm pretty sure that when I get this deck up into a really good standing, then I'll probably run this better, or run more. You can basically target 2 artifact monsters in your graveyard, and you pretty much bring them to the field and just execute someone with them. Or actually, no, we're already on your field. Because when you pop your back row, you bring them up to the field, and you play this card, you can automatically execute summon for one of your artifact exes. And then a Darkhold. So pretty simple on the spells. The traps. Run 2 Artifact Sanctums. This card is absolutely amazing. You can special summon 1 artifact monster from your deck, any artifact, and once, of course, if you do it on your opponent's turn, you actually get the effect, which is hilarious. And if this card is popped by your opponent, you can destroy 1 card on the field. So that's awesome too. So I mean, it gets off so many different effects. 2 Mirror Force. 2 Malevolent Catastrophes, because this is a really great card. I mean, your opponent, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, destroy all spell and trap cards on the field. That's pretty much a heavy storm with benefits. So not only is it, you know, you're popping your opponent's back row, you're also getting yours, and you get your monsters off, and it's just absolutely brilliant. 1 Deep Prison, 1 Bottomless, and 1 Torrential. For the extra deck, it's still kind of in changing and whatnot, since level manipulation is kind of sketchy. So, right off the bat, Artifact Durandal, which is really, really great. If a normal spell and trap or a monster effect activates, you can detach 1 0 from this card to change the effect to making it so you pop 1 of your back row. So they choose 1 of your set cards in your spell and trap zone, and they just pop it. And so you can manipulate anything. You can kill a Dark Hole, a Torrential, anything like that. The only thing it doesn't work against is continuous, quick spells and shit like that. But it's just a really great card, and it's just absolutely beautiful. In number 61, Volcasaurus, another really great rank 5. Attach 1 of the materials, you destroy 1 of your opponent's monsters. Normally you pick 1 of the highest attacks, and then you deal damage to your opponent equal to that. Really great. A Freezadon, which is also really good in this deck, because if you have Freezadon and Durandal on the field, then you can activate his effect to detach 1 of his materials instead of activating 1 of Durandal, so you can just get 4 pluses off that card, and it's just absolutely beautiful. 1 Fulgurant, since the Gagagas can manipulate so well, getting out a level 8 like Fulgurant that, you know, you can just attach and make this or any other card unaffected by pretty much everything until the end phase is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, you kind of have to deal with its effects being negated, but still, just being invincible for a turn is just absolutely beautiful. For rank 4s, you got like Maze Stroke, Black Ship, Gagaga, and number 101 Silent Arc, which not a lot of people have, but it's just great against any Eggsy deck. Cause since so many people egg summon nowadays, just getting off effects with number 101 is just absolutely beautiful. So that's it, my artifact deck. Any suggestions? Like I said, I'm going to add more to it, change things. It's in early stages, but
you don't know what a good suggestion is?
What?
Draco Sack?
No, I run rank 5s.
You have the Gagagas, you run 8s and 4s. You should run a Draco Sack.
That's not the point. But anyway, whatever. Hell with you. But anyway, if anybody has any suggestions, anything kind of like I could splash into this, like anything, comment, rate, subscribe, all the good stuff, and check you later.